Welcome to On the Edge with JP Devine from Central Maine Sunday. On the Edge with JP Devine Audio is sponsored by Sprague & Curtis Real Estate, the largest full-service real estate brokerage in Central Maine's capital region, selling properties, helping people, getting it done. Visit their website at spragueandcurtis.com. Now here's JP Devine.
Hold that hug. Good morning. You probably don't remember the infamous Black Plague, or the bubonic plague that devastated Europe between 1348 and 1350. I doubt that even your grandparents remember that. They say that it most likely spread via fleas on black rats, and then soon spread through the Mediterranean and into Europe. Yeah, that's what they say. And haven't we learned through the endless impeachment hearings that we can't trust them? Oh, any of them. I've learned from some of my old friends from Hollywood in the 60s who studied much catastrophes that it began much earlier in China and traveled along the old Silk Road to Europe. Now, I know that some of these old buddies of mine from the 60s were given to smoke-filled exaggerations, but they had credible evidence that it probably all started in China at a Silk Road Incorporated office party that was given for Best Employee of the Month. Well, of course. Haven't you ever been to a Walmart Christmas party? Especially in aisle 5? Newly discovered documents show that there was a lot of handshaking and hugging at such parties. There it is. Shake your head in doubt. But there it is. And listen to this. I'll bet your great-grandparents shared their stories about the deadly Spanish flu epidemic that spread worldwide during the 1918-1919 period in the United States. It was first identified in military personnel in spring 1918. It wasn't really Spanish, as in Antonio Banderas or Santana. Now, I can personally add to those stories. True story. My father was a naval officer at the time, came down with this flu, and was miraculously cured by prescribed doses of a medication known then as Lightning Jack. Lightning Jack was made available at the time at emergency medical centers like Skeeter O'Neill's Saloon and other refreshment centers. Well, make of that what you will. It's been estimated that 500 million people, or 1/3 of the world's population, became infected with this virus. The number of deaths was estimated to be at least 50 million worldwide, with about 675,000 occurring in the United States. And that very likely probably included Hallowell and China Lake. It was said at the time that the outbreak could have started at Fort Riley in Kansas, where the first American cases of this new strain of flu were recorded in the March of 1918. Some brighter heads have suggested that the Spanish flu originated somewhere in northern China in late 1917. Well, why then blame the Spanish? That's a bummer. And why is it that we always blame poor China for starting these epidemics? Is this about the trade feud? I, for one, as household owner of dozens of Chinese manufactured products, including my beloved Apple items, will not be part of such talk. I go along with the Kansas Fort Riley story. That makes much more sense. My Uncle Pete, who served in the Army in the Great War, often spoke of the famous Christmas parties held at such barracks, where fraternization among soldiers and local women was common. At his barracks parties, Uncle Pete remarked a lot of hugging and other intimate merrymaking went on. Lightning Jack was mentioned there as well. Which brings it all down to the approaching season of merrymaking and the inevitable coming of church Christmas parties, where much hugging and merrymaking go on. It is this kind of random touching and sharing of bodily fluids that cause all the great international health panics. It's personal now. She, who long ago agreed to join me in abstaining from hugging and merrymaking during flu season, has backtracked since she retired. Well, I've been to a few teachers' retirement parties, and it seems to be confined to partial hugging, nodding, smiling, and mostly chair napping. Flu experts tell us that this will be the worst flu season of all time. Oh, boy. So if we meet in the market or line at Starbucks, please don't extend your hand or try to hug me. Keep your hands in your pockets. Stand back 6 paces and wave. And by all means, don't wake me if I'm chair napping.
Thanks for listening to On the Edge with JP Devine from Central Maine Sunday. On the Edge with JP Devine is sponsored by Sprague & Curtis Real Estate, the largest full-service real estate brokerage in Central Maine's capital region. Selling properties, helping people, getting it done. Visit their website at spragueandcurtis.com. Make sure you pick up Central Maine Sunday this week wherever newspapers are sold, and visit our website at centralmaine.com.